Chosen one, stop. Do not scroll past this. I need to address something that has been silently destroying your peace. Something you carry every single day. Something that whispers to you every time you see someone else succeeding. Your timeline, the one you created in your head years ago. The one that told you where you should be by now. The one that compares your current reality to the expectations you set for yourself. The one that makes you feel behind, late, and like a failure, even when you are doing everything right. That timeline is not from God, and it has been torturing you. You decided you should be married by a certain age. You decided you should be successful by now. You decided you should have the house, the career, the family, the stability by this point in your life. You decided you should have figured it all out by now. You decided you should be further along than you are. And every day that passes without those things, your timeline screams at you. You are behind, you are late, you are failing, everyone else is ahead of you. Something is wrong with you. You wasted too much time. You missed your window. It is too late for you now. But tonight, God is saying something different. He is saying that your timeline was never his timeline, and the torture you have been experiencing is not conviction from heaven. It is a counterfeit from the enemy designed to steal your peace and block your purpose. At exactly 3:33 this morning, I was pulled into a vision that changed how I understand time. I was standing in a massive room filled with clocks, thousands of them, all different sizes, all different styles, all showing different times, all ticking at different speeds. Some clocks were racing forward, their hands spinning rapidly. Some were moving slowly, barely perceptible. Some seemed to be standing completely still, frozen in place, and some were actually moving backward, undoing what had been done. I was confused and overwhelmed. How could all these clocks exist in the same room showing different times? How could they all be running at different speeds? Was something broken? Was something wrong? Then God walked into the room. He moved through the clocks with complete peace. None of the different times bothered him. None of the inconsistencies concerned him. He was not stressed by the chaos I perceived. He stopped in front of one clock that seemed completely frozen. The hands were not moving at all, and instead of being concerned, he smiled at it with genuine affection. Then he spoke. He said, "Each of these clocks represents a life. Each one is on my timeline, not theirs. The ones racing forward are not more blessed. The ones standing still are not forgotten. The ones moving slowly are not punished. They are simply on different schedules because they have different destinations. You cannot compare clocks that are going to different places, and you cannot judge a clock by where its hands are when you do not know what time it is supposed to show. Your clock is not broken. Your clock is not behind. Your clock is exactly where I set it. Stop comparing your time to their time. You are not going to the same place. That word is for you. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not failing. You are on a different timeline because you are going to a different destination. Do not skip this message. Do not scroll away. If you leave before the revelation is complete, you will continue being tortured by a schedule that was never from God. Stay with me until the end. Your relationship with time is about to change forever. Before we go deeper, I need you to do something. Type, "I release my timeline," in the comments below. This is not just typing, this is surrender. You are telling God that you are done torturing yourself with expectations He never gave you. Type it now. And subscribe immediately. Turn on all notifications. What comes after this video will reveal how to actually live in God's timing without anxiety. Miss it, and you will understand that your timeline is wrong, but not know how to let it go. Subscribe. Now, you did not find this video by accident. You found it because your timeline has been crushing you. God scheduled this revelation, and your freedom from false deadlines starts tonight. Let me describe where your timeline came from. You did not create it in a vacuum. It was assembled from pieces you collected throughout your life. Some pieces came from your parents, what they expected from you, what they achieved by your age, what they told you success was supposed to look like. Some pieces came from your culture. The milestones society says you should hit, the age you should be married, the income you should have, the status you should achieve. Some pieces came from comparison, what your friends were doing, what your classmates achieved, what people on social media were displaying. And some pieces came from your own wounded ego, the need to prove yourself, the desire to show everyone who doubted you, the desperation to feel like you matter. None of these sources were God, yet you assembled a timeline from them and treated it as sacred. You treated it as the standard by which you measure your entire life. And every time reality did not match that timeline, you punished yourself. God says tonight, I never gave you that schedule. I never told you that you needed to be married by that age. I never said your career should look like that by now. I never demanded that you match the pace of people around you. You built that timeline from human sources, and then you blamed me when it did not happen. You asked me why I was delaying, but I was not delaying anything. I was never working on your timeline. I have been working on mine, and mine does not look like yours. This is the first truth you must accept. Your timeline was never from God. It was assembled from human expectations, cultural pressure, and wounded ego. And it has been torturing you ever since. Jesus spoke over your false deadlines. He said, My time has not yet come. John 7-6. Even I operated on the Father's timeline, not my own. I could have started my ministry earlier. I could have performed miracles sooner. I could have revealed myself faster. But I waited for the Father's timing. Not because I was powerless, because I understood that premature action creates incomplete results. Your delay is not punishment, it is precision. The Father is not slow. He is strategic. Do not skip what comes next. The Spirit is about to reveal what your timeline has been costing you. Let me tell you what living by your timeline has actually done to you. First, it has stolen your peace. You cannot rest when you feel behind. You cannot enjoy what you have when you are focused on what you lack. You cannot celebrate your progress when your timeline tells you it is not enough. Every good thing in your life has been diminished because your timeline says you should have more by now. Every blessing has been minimized because your timeline says it came too late. Every achievement has been robbed of joy because your timeline says others achieved it faster. Your timeline has turned your life into a race you can never win because the finish line keeps moving, and the competitors you are racing against are not even going to the same destination. God says, you have been exhausted, not because life is hard, but because you are running a race I never entered you in. You are competing against people I never compared you to. You are chasing deadlines I never set. No wonder you have no peace. You are trying to win a game that does not exist. Stop running. Start resting. My timeline has room for rest. Yours never did. Second, your timeline has poisoned your relationships. You look at people who have what you want and feel resentment instead of celebration. You look at people who are behind you and feel superiority instead of compassion. You evaluate everyone by where they are on your imaginary schedule. You cannot simply be happy for someone else's success, because it reminds you of your perceived failure. Friends become competitors. Family members become measuring sticks. Colleagues become threats. Strangers on social media become sources of shame and comparison. Your timeline has made genuine connection impossible because everyone is either ahead of you or behind you. No one is simply with you. No one is simply walking their own path at their own pace. Everyone is positioned on your mental scoreboard. Third, your timeline has blocked your blessings. God has tried to give you things that your timeline rejected, opportunities that did not fit your schedule, relationships that did not match your expected timing, provision that came in a different form than you planned. But because it did not arrive when your timeline said it should, you dismissed it. You were so focused on what was supposed to happen that you missed what was actually happening. God says, I have offered you gifts that you rejected because they did not come on your schedule. I have opened doors that you ignored because they opened at unexpected times. I have sent people that you dismissed because they arrived before you thought you were ready or after you thought you had waited too long. Your timeline has made you miss what I was actually doing because you were so focused on what you thought I should be doing. Archangel Michael declared over your missed blessings, I have watched chosen ones stand at open doors and refuse to enter because the door did not open when they expected. I have seen them push away divine connections because the timing did not match their plan. I have observed them reject provision because it came in a form they did not anticipate. The enemy does not always block blessings. Sometimes he just convinces you that blessings that arrive outside your timeline are not really blessings. But I tell you tonight, stop evaluating gifts by their timing. Start receiving them by their source. If it came from God, it is on time, even if your clock says otherwise. Ecclesiastes 3:11 activates over your understanding. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. Everything beautiful in its time, not your time, His time, and His time is always beautiful, even when you cannot fathom what He is doing. Within 14 days, something you rejected because of timing will return. Receive it this time. It was always from God. Do not skip. What comes next explains why God's timeline is different. Let me tell you why God's timeline does not match yours. The first reason is destination. Your timeline was created without knowing your full destination. You planned based on where you thought you were going. But God knows the actual destination. And the route to where He is taking you is different than the route to where you thought you were going. You are not behind. You are on a different road, and that road has different timing because it leads to a different place. God says, you planned your timeline based on becoming a certain thing, but I am not taking you there. I am taking you somewhere bigger, somewhere that requires a longer preparation, somewhere that demands a different route. You feel behind because you are measuring by the wrong destination. If you knew where I was actually taking you, you would understand why the journey is taking longer. The delay is not deviation. It is the path to somewhere greater than you planned for yourself. The second reason is development. Some things cannot be rushed. Character cannot be microwaved. Wisdom cannot be downloaded. Maturity cannot be accelerated past a certain point. Your timeline wanted the destination without the development. It wanted the blessing without the becoming. It wanted the position without the preparation. But God knows that premature arrival creates permanent problems. Jesus spoke over your development. He said, I have much more to say to you, more than you can now bear. John 16:12. There were things I could not tell my disciples because they were not ready. Not because I was withholding, because they could not carry it yet. The same is true for you. There are blessings I cannot give you yet. Not because you are unworthy, because you are not ready to carry them. The waiting is not punishment, it is development, and development takes time. The third reason is protection. Some delays are not delays at all. They are detours around danger you cannot see. Your timeline would have walked you into disasters, relationships that looked good but were toxic, opportunities that seemed perfect but were traps, timing that felt right but would have destroyed you. God's timeline routed you around those dangers, and you called it delay, but it was deliverance. God says, you have been angry about timing that saved your life. You have resented delays that protected you from destruction. You have questioned a schedule that was actually rescue. If I showed you what would have happened if I had given you what you wanted when you wanted it, you would thank me for every single delay. The waiting was not punishment, it was protection. And one day you will see exactly what I protected you from. Archangel Michael declared over your protection, I have been assigned to redirect chosen ones away from paths that would destroy them. Many times they fought me, they pushed against the delay, they resented the rerouting, but I was not blocking their blessing. I was blocking their destruction. The enemy had set traps along the path of their original timeline, and the only way to avoid those traps was to change the timing. Stop fighting the delays. Some of them are saving your life. Proverbs 19:21 activates over your plans. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. His purpose prevails, not your plans, and His purpose includes timing you cannot understand from where you are standing. Within 21 days, you will see evidence that a delay actually protected you. Something will be revealed about a path you wanted to take, and you will be grateful you did not take it when you wanted to. Let me tell you what living on God's timeline actually looks like. First, it looks like peace in uncertainty. When you release your timeline, you release the anxiety that comes with it. You no longer panic when things do not happen on schedule. You no longer spiral when milestones are not met. You no longer torture yourself with comparison because you understand that your clock is not their clock. Your schedule is not their schedule. Your destination is not their destination. Peace becomes possible when you stop demanding that life match your expectations. God says, peace is not found in achieving your timeline. Peace is found in trusting mine. My timeline has room for rest. My timeline has space for uncertainty. My timeline does not require you to have all the answers. It only requires you to trust the one who does. Stop chasing peace through achievement. Start receiving peace through surrender. Second, it looks like gratitude in the present. When you are not obsessed with where you should be, you can appreciate where you are. When you are not fixated on what you lack, you can celebrate what you have. When you are not racing toward the future, you can be present in the now. Your timeline made presence impossible because your timeline always pointed to somewhere else. Always told you that here is not good enough. Always demanded that you keep striving for there. But God's timeline allows you to be here, fully here, grateful for here, present in here. Third, it looks like trust in the unseen. God's timeline requires faith because you cannot see the whole picture. You cannot understand why the timing is what it is. You cannot comprehend the destination from where you are standing, but you can trust the one who holds the timeline. You can believe that his timing is purposeful even when it is painful. You can rest in knowing that He sees what you cannot see. Habakkuk 2-3 activates over your waiting. For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. It will certainly come, not on your timeline, on the appointed time, and the appointed time will not delay. Even though it feels like delay to you, in God's economy, it is exactly on time. Within 72 hours, peace will begin to replace anxiety about timing. You will feel the grip of your timeline loosening. This is freedom beginning. Let me tell you what God is about to do now that you are releasing your timeline. When you stop fighting His timing, He can start moving. When you stop demanding your schedule, He can implement His. When you release control, He can actually lead. God says, I have been waiting for you to let go of your timeline so I could show you mine. While you gripped your schedule, my hands were tied. Not because I lacked power, because I will not compete with your control. But tonight, you are releasing. Tonight, you are surrendering. And now I can move. Expect acceleration in areas where you stopped striving. Expect doors in places you stopped forcing. Expect provision in forms you stopped demanding. When you let go of your timeline, you make room for mine. And mine is always better. This is the paradox of divine timing. When you stop trying to make things happen, they start happening. When you stop forcing doors, they start opening. When you stop racing, you start arriving. When you stop gripping, you start receiving. Your striving was actually blocking what you were striving for. Your pushing was actually delaying what you wanted to accelerate. Your timeline was actually preventing the very things it demanded. Your control was actually creating the chaos you feared. The tighter you held your schedule, the further away your desires became. But when you release, when you surrender, when you let go, suddenly everything begins to move. Isaiah 60-22 activates over your acceleration. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen swiftly. Swiftly, not slowly, not eventually, swiftly. When the time is right, God does not delay. He accelerates. The waiting is not because God is slow. The waiting is until the time is right. And when the time is right, swiftly becomes your reality. Within 21 days, something that felt stuck will suddenly move. Something that seemed impossible will suddenly shift. This is what happens when God's timeline takes over from yours. Now seal this surrender over your life. Say this out loud. Your voice finalizes the release. Almighty Father, the keeper of perfect timing. I release my timeline tonight. The schedule I created from human expectations, the deadlines I set from cultural pressure, the milestones I demanded from wounded ego, I release them all. I am not behind. I am not late. I am not failing. I am not failing. I am on your timeline, and your timeline is exactly where I need to be. I release the comparison that tells me others are ahead. I release the anxiety that tells me I am running out of time. I release the shame that tells me I should be further by now. I release the panic that tells me my window has closed. I release the desperation that makes me force what should flow. I trust your timing even when I do not understand it. I trust your delays even when they feel like punishment. I trust your schedule even when it does not match mine. I trust your process even when I cannot see the progress. You know the destination. You know the development I need. You know the dangers to protect me from. And you know the perfect time for everything. From this day forward, I live on your timeline, not rushing ahead, not lagging behind exactly where you have placed me. I receive your peace. I receive your presence. I receive your perfect timing. In Jesus' name, Amen. Heaven recorded that surrender, your timeline is released. His timeline is activated, and everything is about to shift, not on your schedule, on His, and His is always better than yours ever could have been. Now complete the surrender. First, like this video. This is not about numbers. This is about release. When you press that button, you confirm you are letting go of your timeline. Do it now. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications. More revelation about living in God's timing is coming. If you are not subscribed, you will miss it. Subscribe now. Third, share this video with someone being tortured by their timeline. Someone who feels behind, late, and like a failure. Someone who compares themselves to everyone around them. They need to know their clock is not broken. Send this to them now. Fourth, type, I release my timeline in the comments. Let other chosen ones see they are not alone in this struggle. Let heaven record your surrender and your trust. Type it now. Chosen one. You came to this video feeling behind. You came feeling late. You came feeling like everyone else got the memo about life except you. You came carrying a timeline that was crushing you with every passing day. You are leaving understanding that you were never in a race. You were never competing. You were never behind. You were never late. You were simply on a different road to a different destination. Your timeline was a prison built from expectations that were never from God. God's timeline is freedom designed by the one who knows exactly where you are going. Your schedule was torture created by comparison and fear. His schedule is peace, created by purpose and love and perfect wisdom. You are not late. You are on time. His time, and His time is always perfect. Always purposeful, always worth the wait, always better than anything you could have ever designed for yourself. Amen.